Hey, you guys here? Let's see. Hey guys, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me if you're here. Got Liam and Eagle Fang. What's up, John Holton? What's up, buddy? I haven't seen you in a minute, Holton. Everything good? Everything good? So, I'll tell you, I got asked if I would do this afterwards. And I said I wasn't planning on it, but I guess we can. So let's do this. What do you guys want to talk about? Eagle Fang, what are you saying ESPN record lows? What's going on there? Right, Liam? What's up, Derek? Yeah, me too. It's like, why not? It's funny. I was asked, hey, are you going live? And I was like, I don't know. And then it's like, yeah, why not? Let's just do it. I'll be up for a little while. I got some shit to edit. I got some stuff to edit today, so I'll be up for a little while. So why not? Why not? You guys want to do a mock? Can I share my screen with this one? Let me see. What is this? I'm using the YouTube studio, which I don't usually use. Let me see. Oh, that's to share it. I don't know how I would go. I don't know how I would do that. Let's see. Is there a way? Let me see here. Manage live webcam. I don't know how I do it. Oh, yeah, dude, Eagle Fang, that's my next video, buddy. Did you guys see what Schlereth said to the Jets fans? Not even the Jets, us. So we have a guy, a professional, quote, legendary NFL guy, basically telling me to go fuck myself, telling you to go fuck yourself. Now, all I know is this, is that if this was any other fan base, if this was a Jets guy saying this to the Patriots or whatever, it would never end. We'd never hear the end of it. This is unprecedented that a famous sports guy put up his middle finger to the Jets fans, basically saying, fuck you, while rubbing our faces in dog shit. It's never happened before. And the NFL and ESPN should do stuff to him. That's what I think. No, I didn't see that, Eagle Fang. But listen, yeah, so we're going to, I mean, not we, but I'm going to make a video about that. I might record it tonight, but I'm going to have to get a little bit louder, so I don't know, because I'm pissed off. Well, and there's a lot going into this. Like, there's some Rich Cimini shit. There's a lot of guys. Like, just the narratives that are out there, I've quite frankly had enough. And it's time for me to say what I want to say right to them. I made that my first podcast. I don't know if you guys listened to it. The first one I did, I just put up a camera and I just started talking, right? And it was right around the time when Mekhi Becton and some other guys, Connor McGovern, said something about the fans, like they should never root for losses and maybe they're not real fans or something. And that was like the next day I filmed and recorded my first podcast. And I basically I told them all to go fuck off. I said, you guys don't know anything, man. Like, you don't have any idea what it's like being us. You really don't. You don't have any idea what it's like being us. So please shut your fucking faces. You know what I mean? So, and then guys like Cimini and some other writers out there, like the narratives that they push are directly shots at us to try to upset us. And I've fucking had it. There's got to be a voice for the other side of this. And then if it's got to be me, it's me. I don't care. What's up, MC? How you doing, buddy? So let's see. Zero class, right, man? Zero. Mark Schlereth, Bill Liebold. Oh, did he? I didn't see that, Greg. I'm gonna watch it. I don't know how you can backpedal from going like this. Here's my ring, Jets fans. This is the one where we beat you in the NFC Championship. You know what I mean? Like, I know what this means. You can backpedal all you want. Say, I was just playing. Fuck you. You know what I mean? So I'll get it out. Hopefully you guys can see it. Like I said, if I don't record it tonight, which I might not be able to, because I just know me. I'm going to get amped up and I'm going to start being a little bit loud and everybody's sleeping and I live in a damn RV, so it's hard. Everybody come out. What's going on? What's going on? You know? So let's see what you guys are talking about. Let me back it up a bit. He is a bum. Let me see. What happened? Thomas Hewitt, if you just look up Mark Schlereth Jets, I think you'll see it. And look, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Like, believe me, my skin's not thin. But I'm just saying, like, what he's trying to do there is not okay, man. So if you want to talk like that, then we got to talk like this. And that's the way it's going to go. Like I said, there's no voice for us. Nobody's coming out and saying, like, hey, dude, not cool. You know what I mean? And so all these guys, I got a lot to say, and I'll let them all know. And I'll, in the next 24 hours, I'll put it out. Okay? I promise. That's right, Liam. And this is the kind of thing. Like, so this is what I always try to tell everybody, you know? I try to tell people, like, as Jets fans, like this Sam Darnold thing was really divisive with us Jets fans. And I saw it degrading into like really people that are good posters or Twitter people or JetNation guys or whatever, really getting grimy, like, you know, gathering up people's tweets so they can rub it in their face when something happens, like, and telling them he's a scumbag or telling them he's a moron. Like, I don't know, man. Like, we got to remember, like, it's us against the world, man. The entire NFL hates us. They don't want us to succeed. We are against the entire league. It's us, and we got to get each other's backs. So that's kind of my thing. Aaron Valley, can you predict our record for the 2021? I feel like the Jets will probably go 6-11. What do you think of that 6-11 stuff? Huh? It's weird. Well, I think the biggest X factor outside of who our quarterback's going to be is really how well Robert Saleh goes from a defensive coordinator to a head coach, and Mike LaFleur, how well he goes from an offensive coordinator to from a running game coordinator to a offensive coordinator. So there's a lot of X factors. Let me say this: if they are as good as the NFL people seem to think they are, I think it's not far-fetched to think we'll go 7-9, 8-8, or 7-10, 8-9. So is there no 500 anymore? You can't be 500. Isn't that wacky? You're a loser or you're a winner. Ha! I didn't realize that. So let's say 9 so what would that be? 9-6? No, 9-8. Let's say 9-8. How's that grab you? 8-9 or 9-8. That's my official for today prediction. That's right, Thomas. Samini and guys like him make a living with us being losers. If we're good, you're going to see they're not even going to know how to do it. They don't know how to not find the negative. They don't know how. He's been doing it for 25 years. Let's see. Yeah, Cadoza. I mean, that's the thing. And like, it just go like, what did the Jets ever do to him? Right? Like, what did Jets fans ever do to him? For him to come out and do that, it shows we're under his skin somehow. Somehow he has a deep-seated dislike for us. That's really kind of, it's like, where'd that come from, dickhead? So no more 500 unless you go 8-8-1. Wacky. Yeah, MC, I always say it backwards, don't I? I always say it back. It's funny because I know that. I always say, so LaFleur is the passing game coordinator. It's funny because in my head I go, okay, you're going to say it backwards, say it the other way, and then I say it backwards. I should have just said it the way I was gonna. Us first then. What's up, Green Bean? What's up with you, Owen? How you doing, buddy? The Gandalf. Yeah, I'll take it. Why not? What's up, Matt Keenan? If you were a Carolina fan, are you happy with the quarterback who was just close to dead last in the stats the last 3 years? No, he was dead last, Craig. Does the Panthers fan sit here and say, well, it was probably all Adam Gase's fault? I think what if I was a Carolina fan, what I would be saying is Matt Rule is a known good coach. He rebuilt two, now they're smaller, but two programs from the dregs, from scratch, rebuilt them and made them a respectable organization. He did it at Temple and then he did it at Baylor. So I would trust him for a minute to kind of be able to evaluate the players that he wants. And I think that he wanted to be the coach of the Jets 2 years ago. He did his intel on Sam. Sam is 23 years old. He'll be 24 at season start, if I remember correctly. And I think, hey, man, it's worth a swing. That's what I wouldn't be necessarily excited, but I'd say, yeah, man, the Jets were terrible. So that's what I'd be saying. We got a real good shot for this guy 3 years ago. Everybody loved him coming out of the draft. You know what I mean? So I think that's what I would do. It's a good question, Craig. Let's see. If you want to bash the Jets like a professional, that's fine. But trashing the Jets, telling them to go fuck themselves, I hope he gets the backlash from Jets Twitter respectfully. Right. And that's it. It's like, hey, look, we could play with the best of them, right? Anybody could do that. But who the hell are you to come into our world and do this? You know what I mean? Fuck you. Like, I don't know. He should get the appropriate backlash. Again, it's not hurting my feelings. It's just like the answer is no. That's not cool. No, we don't deserve that. And no, you don't get to do that without something. You know? Again, it's not hurting my feelings. It doesn't do anything to change my life. But, oh, by the way, that's unacceptable. You got to stand up for yourself. So that's how I view it anyway. I see us set up like the 49ers. This is Rusty Spooner. What's up, buddy? When they changed their franchise in the beginning of the 80s, and Joe we trust. That's how I see it. I don't know if I would have used the 49ers, but it's a good one. I equate this to the Dallas Cowboys light. You know what I mean? Like what Joe Douglas has been doing is nothing short of amazing, man. Now he still has to build the actual team now. I like the first pieces he's put into place, but what he's done to undo literally 10 years of complete ineptitude has been a marvel, man. And I know people aren't, it's not exciting to look at the way he's doing it. I get it. I do. But for somebody who's been around for 38 years and just was baffled at the drafts, baffled at free agency, baffled at the contracts, like going after Peyton Manning snubs us, and then we give Mark Sanchez an extension, like that kind of stuff. I'm like, why? What is that? He's under contract 2 more years. He did it because he hurt Mark Sanchez's feelings. That's Tannenbaum. So we had all these GMs that were just like, they never looked at it like a business. And I just, I'm really enjoying the way this is done. I mean, look, dude, Joe Douglas, literally, we talked about this. Richie mentioned this last night, and it's something that I really like on our mock. Richie from Jets Media. He said, Joe Douglas trading Leo, Adams, and Sam Darnold. Joe Douglas literally created an entire draft class of capital. 2 firsts, 2 thirds, a second, a fourth, 2 fifths, or yeah, it was 2 fifths, a fourth, 2 sixths, and the 2 fifths, or 1 fifth in that trade. But he got some more fifths with Avery Williams in it. But like, dude, that's incredible. These are mistakes. Like, look, Leo was a good pick. Leo's a good player. He's rarely, if ever, injured. He's a good player. And he had a great year last year. Fantastic in a contract year. Good for him. But if we had Leo, why are you drafting Quinnen Williams 3rd overall 3 years later? You know what I mean? So he has Quinnen Williams, and Leo wants 14, 15, 16 million. He says, we're not there. I'm not paying these guys that. Jamal Adams, and so he gets a third and a fifth. Jamal Adams, dude, he's a good player. But you tell me the game that Jamal Adams took over outside of the Giants game against a rookie quarterback on a terrible team. And then he had another good game against Dwayne Haskins, who's not even on his team anymore. Like, that was his rookie year. He was gone a year later. That's what we're talking about. Jamal Adams last year with us, he had 6.5 sacks. 5 of them came in 2 games. So where's the other 15 games? It's actually 14 because he was injured once for 1 game. He got 2 firsts, a third, and a holdover safety for Jamal Adams, dude. More than they got for Khalil Mack. That's absurdity. And then Sam Darnold, dude. He's just like was just said in here in the chat. He was literally the worst rated quarterback. Now, the reasons aside, facts are facts. Like, you know how I feel by now. You know how I see it. I'm very down the middle. I'm very objective with Sam Darnold. And it's heartbreaking that 3 years ago how excited I was and where it is today. I'm with it. But he's the 32nd ranked quarterback in the NFL over the last 3 years. Or maybe it's the last 2 years. Whatever it is, last 3 years. 32nd. And he got a second, a fourth, and a sixth for him. It's like the guy created an entire draft class free for guys he didn't want to pay. And what was the alternative? Signing Leo for 16, signing Jamal Adams for 16, and Sam for 18? That's 32, 42. That's $50 million on 3 guys who aren't changing shit. You see what I'm saying? Thomas Hewitt. Zach is our next shot at Dan Marino. Sam is ordinary. Hopefully Jets don't F this up. I agree. I mean, Sam wasn't ordinary, though. Don't forget, Sam got a lot of the Brett Favre stuff, that exciting gunslinger guy, and I think it was appropriate. You know? But Zach Wilson, like I said in the live stream before this, my thoughts on Zach Wilson are that he's a very talented kid, excuse me, with boatloads of potential. You got to protect him. That's my thought. Maybe not. Maybe you could give him a similar situation as Sam got, and maybe he thrives. I don't know. But I think best case scenario, man, is you give this guy a comfortable pocket. Becton, Fant, McGovern, Wyatt Davis, or Creed Humphrey, move McGovern, Cam Clark, on the pipeline. So when McGovern leaves, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff, like a really good depth. Keep Van Roten, maybe Alex Lewis says depth. We don't need the money. You don't need it. So you keep these guys. You keep Cam Clark, Chuma Edoga, one of Alex Lewis and Van Roten. You know what I mean? You got Feeney in the mix. You got Cameron. Right? What the hell's his name? You know the guy. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's my thing with Zach Wilson. Dude, put all resources into making sure he has every possible chance to succeed. That's my thing with him. It sucks that Sam didn't work, man. Yeah, right. The Niners, don't forget, 2 years ago, the Niners had the 2nd overall pick. You know what I mean? I have to wait for the draft till I predict records. You can have some fun, Eagle Fang. Just have some fun. That's the thing with this stuff is people like to save your tweets and hold you against stuff. Like, you know how much shit I caught this year when I said last year, when we got the schedule last year, I made a funny little video. I just saw the schedule. I didn't even read it first. I just started recording and went through the schedule on which games we were going to win. I came up with, we were 12-4. That's what I said. We're going to be 12-4. It was a joke, right? It was just like, hey, Matt O'Leary, what's up, buddy? So it was a joke, and dude, I caught so much flack. People saying on this date you said, and it's part of it. So I get it, Eagle Fang. If you don't want to put yourself out there, it's probably wise. Yeah, me too, man. I'm excited to see Wilson. I am. If that's the guy, don't get me wrong. I'm excited, man. We're getting a brand new quarterback with a brand new coaching staff, really a brand new GM. He was not the boss last year. You got to remember that. We had Chris Johnson sticking his fingers in the cake. You had Adam Gase, who was on equal playing field as the general manager. Adam Gase, the most inept guy in our organization, had equal power to Joe Douglas. And then they both talked to Chris Johnson, who quite literally had no idea what he was doing. It's not as much as he tried. I think he really tried. And I like him for that. But dude, he came up with Adam Gase. That's what he came up with. I don't know how to put your guys your comments. This is weird. I usually use StreamYard, right? And I just don't know how to function. I don't know how to work this. I don't think I have many options. Can you guys hear me okay? How's the internet and all that stuff? Cadoza, excellently said. Yeah, Nick Hunter, thank you. Well, I wish I knew what comment you were talking about then. Green Bean, who is your top target at 23? My top target. I would love Vera Tucker at 23. In truth, I don't think he's going to be there. I think he's the first guard off the board. Maybe Creed Humphrey, man. But here's the thing. Like I was saying, and I said this, the podcast I put out yesterday is really all about this. And it's about using the strength of the class to your favor. So if you have like the guards and tackles, this is a very deep draft class. It's good. You're going to find lots of good guys all the way to the third, and you're going to get some real swings at sleepers a little bit later, fourth and fifth, and then you're definitely going to get good pipeline guys, right? So if you wanted to skip offensive line for 23, because the edge class is top heavy, there's a few really good guys, but it levels off quick. Just like last year. Last year wasn't a particularly strong edge class. A lot of like middle of the road kind of guys, you know? So if you wanted to skip offensive line and go edge at 23, and the same thing applies for cornerback. Cornerback's a little bit better than edge, but it's not known as a particularly deep class. It's a good class. So if you wanted to skip offensive line and grab a cornerback or an edge rusher, like O'Leary was talking about earlier, like we need cornerbacks, man. We do. We need them. We don't have any. We got Bryce Hall, who I think the world of. Lasan Austin, maybe if there's a pass rush, he could rise up a tick or two. Maybe. But I'm not particularly high on him. Javelin Guidry, you guys know, I don't really like Javelin Guidry very much. I think depth, fine. Super crazy fast. I just don't like his game all that much. I feel like he's a wimp. That's what I think. I just don't love him. But if they do, maybe they can work with him and shake it up and get it. If that's great, I'd love to have the guy. I'd love to find an undrafted free agent nickel cornerback and Lamar Jackson, who I like. But Lamar Jackson needs another year at least. He should have never been starting last year. I'm happy he got the game time, but you saw he might never get over that pass of Ruggs burning him on the cover zero blitz. He might never get over that. So I think if I had my druthers, I'm going Vera Tucker or Creed Humphrey or somebody like that. But if Kwity Paye is there, if Rousseau is there, maybe I'd even do the same thing for Jalen Phillips. Or if Zavin Collins is there, linebacker, you know, somebody who's not supposed to be there, I might forego the offensive line and just grab one of those guys and then grab Landon Dickerson at 34 or Wyatt Davis at 34. You know what I mean? One of those guys. Let me take a look here. I'm going to take a look just so I can get the offensive guards up for you guys. So we'll look at, like Rashawn Slater is going to be gone. Vera Tucker is going to be gone. Wyatt Davis potentially gone. And then you got guys like Trey Smith. The blood clot thing is scary. But then you got Ben Cleveland. Quinn Miners can play guard. Quinn Miners is good. Deontay Brown, big boy. Jack Anderson. You know what I mean? He's another one. Quinn Miners, I like a whole bunch. Tommy Kramer from Notre Dame. You know, these guys. So you can get those guys a little bit later. And then so you have, let's say Caleb Farley really slides. And you're thinking, I wouldn't have taken him at top 15 this year, but there he is at 23. He's worth taking a shot on because if he's healthy, man, he's a stud muffin, right? Sante Samuel, you probably get a little bit later. But anyway, that's my thoughts there. Let's see. Let me back it up a minute. You guys are talking. All right. I do want Freiermuth. But realistically, I don't think it's a real move. I don't. I do think Brevin Jordan, if Freiermuth is there at 34, dude, you have to consider it. You have to. You have to consider it. If Brevin Jordan, which I don't think he will be, is there at 66, dude, you gotta consider that, man. But then you go Hunter Long, like Brevin Jordan's the third tight end in this class, in my opinion. And he's not that far behind the other guys. Pitts is light years ahead of everybody. He might be the best tight end I've watched, period. Like at college level, you know. But Freiermuth, Hunter Long, Brevin Jordan, Kenny Yeboah, Tommy Tremble, Trey McKitty. And then you got the next tier down. You got the Polgens from UVA. I'm going to look at this guy, Peyton Hendershot, that Matt O'Leary talked to me about. There's a kid from Duke. What's his name again? I like him. Yeah. So let's see what else. Oh, thank you, Liam. I sound and look gorgeous. Thank you, Al. Hey, Alex Cotter. Good to see you, bud. Sound quality's perfect. Thanks, Kadoza and Rockaway Archie. I'm just seeing those now, so thank you. Let's see. Checking in from Belize. What's up, Nicholas? Yeah, man, we've seen you before. Thanks for checking in, man. Belize is pretty. I almost went down. You know what's funny? I had a trip scheduled to go down to Belize, and I actually got a free cruise. You know, one of those seminars you sit through. My wife and I said, screw it, let's go see if this is real. So we went and did it, and they gave us a cruise. We had to sign this and do this and call here and send it in here. But end of the day, they did give us a week cruise, like a full week free. And it happened to be the cruise that Styx, the band Styx, was playing on the cruise. So you get that as well. I love Styx. It's one of my bands that I secretly love, man. I love Styx. So we were going down there. We had a trip to Belize. We were going to go do those, you know, those underground caverns that you swim in. And I couldn't wait to do those, the Cantones or some shit like that. I forget what it's called. But I was so psyched to see Styx and go see the temples and all this, the pyramids. And then I found out I couldn't get my passport for some reason updated. And then I found out that I had a warrant out for my arrest for over a decade from Los Angeles. And I was living in Florida. So for a full decade, I thought I had taken care of everything when I got sober. But turns out I had a warrant for my arrest for 10 years. It's called a no bail warrant. So if I would have gotten picked up for anything, they would have seen it and flew me back to LA or probably drove me on a bus. They would have extradited me. And that was back when I got caught with, I got a felony drug charge. I got caught with tar heroin and I got thrown in jail and all that shit. But yeah, so I couldn't go on my cruise is what I'm talking about because I had that warrant. So I had to fly back to LA and go to court. I was looking at 10 years in prison. I had like 8 years sober. I was the executive director of 2 rehabilitation programs. And I'm looking at, I had a wife and 2 kids. The whole life was different. And I had to look at this charge. It was like, no, I think it was 5 years in prison and $10,000 fine. And I went there and the judge said, It was the same judge that I had 10 years ago. And he said, it's very rare that I get to see a story such as yours. Take your life, continue what you're doing. I wish you well. So, and that day, I got out of court, took my suit off, threw it in the car, and I hiked up to the Hollywood sign that day. Isn't that great? Yeah, Nick Hunter. I was a heroin addict. I lived on the streets of Newark, man. I used to go to Penn Station and beg for money. I had a little straight, I'm not a straight razor, one of those cheap one blade Bics. And my beard wasn't white at the time. It was nice brown, but I would put my hair back in a winter hat. I'd put on like a coat. I would shave my line on my beard so I didn't look like a homeless man. And I would tell people at Penn Station that I got robbed. That was my gig. And I'd make however much money, and I'd go buy heroin. That's what I would do. Isn't that funny? I haven't done heroin in a long time. Right, Matt O'Leary, right? I'd kill to listen to Sticks on a Cruise with you, buddy. I would. I'd kill somebody to do that. So let's see. Sorry to take you down that lane. Here comes my son. He's like, what did you do? Did you hear any of that?
No, I just heard that you're still on.
Yeah, I went live again. Why not?
Ha.
You want to say hello?
Nope.
Why not?
Because
It's Teen Bean. Yeah, right. Greg Tarr saying best scuba diving in the Caribbean in Belize, but too many damn lionfish. Ooh, I don't know what that is. McPherson from Miami is the kicker to get with the last pick. So let's take a look at our draft picks. Hold on a second. I want to really take a look here. Let's take a look at what we have. I hope Draft Tech is updated. Let me see how many sixths we have.
57.
So what did we get? 186 from the Panthers? Is that what happened? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope, they didn't update it. Oh, 10. Yes, they did. So I think we got pick 186, or was it 226? Anybody know? So we have picks 2, 23, 34, 66, 86. Then in the fourth, we have 107. We have 146 and 154 in the fifth. We have 186 and 226 in the sixth. We do not have any sevenths. That was, I believe we gave that up in the Steve McClendon, or it might be the Avery Williamson trade. Maybe it was the Jared Willis trade. One of those trades, we gave up a seventh to get a sixth.
Jared Willis.
Right? Isn't that his name?
No.
What was his name? Willis, the guy we traded last year to the Niners. Do you remember? Jared Willis. Jordan Willis. Thank you. My son knows.
I play a lot of Madden.
He plays a lot of Madden, he says. Jordan Willis. So, as far as kicker, let me ask you guys, would you be upset if Joe Douglas just said, to hell with it, I have 2 fifths, 2 sixths, and I got 3 fifths and 3 sixths next year, kind of a thing? And he just uses pick 154, a 5th round pick. He just says, to hell with it, I want to guarantee that I get my man, my kicker, the best kicker in the country. And he gets Jose Borregales, or the kid from Miami, or Riley Patterson, McPherson from Miami, or Riley Patterson from Memphis, whoever he thinks is the best kicker. Would you guys be upset if he used one of our 5th round picks and just said, I don't care, I want to ensure that I get a kicker? Would you be upset?
Nope.
No? I wouldn't either. I wouldn't. Like, if he doesn't think he's going to make it to the 6th, he thinks if one of these teams that are at the end of the 5th are going to use a comp pick on the kicker, and he wants one, just like Braden Mann last year. He doesn't just want a punter. He wanted Braden Mann. He doesn't just want a kicker. He wants Jose Borregales or Riley Patterson or McPherson. So what do you think? Right, Strickland used Darnold's pick for a kicker. That'd be interesting, right? That'd be funny. And then see if he scores more points than Sam Darnold. Well, would you guys be upset? Let me take a look at what you're saying. I'm lagging now? Am I?
Don't look like it.
Christian Dicker next year, right, Terry? I see you.
Cameron Dicker, not Christian Cameron.
Yeah, Jordan Willis. That's who I was talking about, Sayron. Bill Sabak, you're funny. Tevin Coleman, I think he'll be a tackle. That's what I think. Yeah, I know, Alex Cotter. They actually moved up to, just real quick, and then we'll get back to the kicker. You see the green building? No, that was my building, man. It's not a rehab anymore. The company that I worked for, Delphi, they got rid of that building and then consolidated both places, Ocean Breeze and Pathway to Hope, to a place on on Commercial, right near the water. So, yeah, thanks for checking it out. Yeah, man, that was my stomping ground. I fucking ran that place, man. That was my rehab. That was the first one I ran. So let me see what you guys say. So you guys good with the kicker? Blankenship went undrafted. He did. I get it. Just so we know, it can go either way, and that's the thing. 47 kickers were drafted. One first rounder, a couple in, or one, maybe it was only one in the second round. I think that was us. I thought there might have been another one. But a lot of kickers are picked in the 6th and 7th rounds. If you have a good one, like Jason Tucker was picked. He was a 6th round pick.
Jason?
What's his name?
Justin
Tucker. Good thing this kid's here, huh? Jordan, what did I say? Jared Willis.
Dude, who the heck is Jordan Tucker?
You know,
Mixing up names here.
And that's what I'm talking about. So you can always say, I'll get one as an undrafted free agent, but then you're bidding against other teams. We don't have a 7th. So 6th and 7th are where people start taking their kickers. So that's my point. Would you be upset knowing we have 2 6ths? Would you be upset just using your final 5th? Saying, I don't care. I don't want to get into that. I want my kicker with the 5th. Right? That's what I thought, Matt. Thank you. I thought there was another one. Kicker round 2. What a crazy thing to do.
Didn't the Raiders do that once? Like first.
All right, thanks, Liam. Kicker. I wanted Blankenship too. If you would have seen Big Green, all my mocks last year, I took Blankenship in like 80% of the mocks I made last year. He was the best kicker, and he's called he was like Rock and Roll Rodrigo or something like that, right? What was his name? He had a nickname. I forget what it was, but dude, he had everything. He's an exciting kicker too, man. Young, passionate guy, cool.
The Bills got him?
The Bills, no, the Colts got him, didn't they? Or is he the Bills?
I don't know.
Rodrigo Blankenship. I thought he was the Colts.
All I know is that the Bills got a really good rookie kicker. Also, didn't the Raiders draft like a first-round kicker?
The Ravens, the Raiders drafted Sebastian Janikowski in the first. Sal Davis. All right, I got a lot of people asking me shit, buddy.
Okay.
So I can't, I can hang out with you anytime.
Just not this time.
Not right now. My son's cool though. He knows knows his shit. Tasty boy. Yeah, I said Jordan. I said Jason Tucker. That's who I said, but it was really Justin Tucker. That's his name. You don't know who Justin Tucker is, man? No, Evan Explorers. My love for Pat Fryermuth has gone nowhere. Like I'm telling you, man, there is an argument to be made. There is an argument to be made that tight end is one of our greatest positions of need. Chris Herndon has not done a single thing. We have given no resources to the tight end. We've got 2 4th-round picks and a 6th-round pick. The 6th-round pick, we gave away. We cut him last year because Gase is a moron. He cut Jordan Leggett. Here's what I want to tell you. When you cut a player, I think it was Bill Polian who said this. I might be wrong. If there's more than 2 claims on the waiver wire for your player, then you could have gotten value. You could have gotten a pick for him. Guess how many there were for Jordan Leggett? 5. 5 waiver claims were put in for Jordan Leggett. Now, it doesn't matter what his career ended up being, but Adam Gase cut him to spite Mac. He cut Jordan Leggett, and he traded Darren Lee for a 6th. He could have gotten a 4th. But he did it the day Mac was fired because he wanted to poke him in his ribs because Gase is an asshole. So when you cut a guy and he gets 5 waiver claims, that means you could have gotten a 7th, a 6th, something for him. You could have gotten some return, but he didn't. So that's what we've given to the tight. And then we signed Ryan Griffin off the scrap heap, Daniel Brown off the scrap heap. Even Tyler Kraft was essentially off. He was like, what, the 3rd week of free agency? Ryan Griffin we got like during the preseason or something like that. So it's time, man. I'm all about giving Chris Herndon his year. I agree with Matt and Ryan. He's got a year on his contract. You keep him. But I think the best thing that could happen to Chris Herndon is that he gets somebody on the roster to push him. The starting role isn't just given to him. That's what I think. The best thing for him would be that. I like Tommy Trumbull. Let's see. When was the last time you were clean shaven on the face? Not too long ago, actually. I think it's like 4 years now. 3 years? Yeah, 4 years, I'd say. 4 years. If you Google my name, you'll see it. I think I'm still up there. Let me see. I'm going to Google my name right now. Oh, you guys don't know my name. Well, if you could figure out my name, it's out there. Then you'll see. You'll see what I look like shaven. It's a totally different person. Let me see. No, that picture's not out there. That's crazy. Nope. No, my picture's not there. So, see what else we got. So, just so you know, I would not be upset if we used a 5th round pick on a kicker. I wouldn't. That's one of the actual areas that it bothered me about Joe Douglas. Like, I like most of the things he's done. Like I said, I think what he's done is actually underappreciated by Jets fans, by the media, by everybody. I think it's like what he's done. The fact that he untied the 8,000 knots that were here, and he has one left named CJ Mosley, and he created an entire draft class worth of draft capital, including 2 firsts, 2nd, 2 thirds. You know what I mean? It's incredible. We're starting fresh. New coach, new quarterback. He even has changed the reporting structure, the hierarchy. He changed everything, dude. It's incredible. But I hate how he's handled kicker, man. It bothers the shit out of me. That's right, Terry. My name is Kyle. Kyle something. Right, Lewis. I'm out there. You guys can figure it out. Make a game out of it. I wanted to sign Kyle Rudolph too, Strickland. I did. The Giants had a pretty good offseason, man, at least the free agent portion. They did. I like some of the guys they got. Obviously, Galladay is you can't. The only thing you can paint that as a bad signing is just like the money he got, and it's not even that bad. But you could make a case like you don't want to pay a wide receiver that much. But man, and Kyle Rudolph, they got another guy I really like too. I forget. I forgot. Oh, Hendershot's returning to school. Interesting. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, Matt Bushman. I like Matt Bushman. I don't like him as much as a bunch of other guys up there. Let's see where he is on the lineage. Ooh, they have Tony Poljan up at the sixth best tight end. That is surprising. He's shooting up the draft charts for some reason. Tony Poljan out of UVA is 6'7", 265 pounds. Dude, he is a monster, and he can catch. He's a monster. And he's 100 pounds lighter than Quinnen Williams. It's incredible. But I like Nick Eubanks in like the fifth. I like him a whole bunch. Where's my other guy from Duke? They might not have him. I like him too. There he is, Noah Gray. I like Noah Gray. Kyle Pitts, Pat Fryermuth, Brevin Jordan. That's absolutely the top three. Hunter Long, Tommy Tremble, and they have Tony Poljan. I wouldn't have thought that. Trey McKitty I'd put up there with Kenny Yeboah. Then they have Noah Gray, Matt Bushman, John Bates, Quentin Morris out of Bowling Green. And Nick Eubanks, they have way down at 16, and he's going to be an absolute stud. Man, I love it. All right, let's see what else we got here. Jose Borregales in the sixth is the way to go. Right, I agree, Stick Girl, but I'm just saying, would you be upset if they grabbed him in the fifth just to make sure they get him? Yeah, you did, Friggly D. I know, I see you. I was just thinking about you. You did. I thought he's a. It remains to be seen, right? But you were definitely accurate. He's rising on draft boards in a way that I didn't think was going to happen. I thought he would rise a little bit, but I think he's like, what was I saying? Like a fifth, sixth round pick. And I said there's even a chance that he won't go drafted. He might be an undrafted free agent. Doesn't look like that. Looks like he's rising past that, which is nice. I love when guys come out of UVA and do well. Yeah, I know you do. I see you. That's Friggle D's boy right there. Friggly D, I was actually at UVA today. I was filming videos. Like I filmed an intro for JetNation's next video, and then I filmed a little Instagram post. I got to get some water. I filmed an Instagram quickie. I said it was Bryant Hall at the stadium, and I said this should be called Bryce Hall. All right, let's see. What's Eagle Fang saying? Detroit Sports News. Detroit. Yeah, I saw that. Molly Toon and an apparent murder-suicide. Incredible, dude. It's fucking heartbreaking. That's so heartbreaking. And I'm really sorry to hear that. Like, I really am. Like, it hurts my heart. And that shit always sucks, right? But when there's a connection like this, it's just, what do you say about a thing like that? I don't know. Anders Courtson, I don't think anybody's saying offensive line is less important than tight end. I don't think that's the case at all. And I didn't mean to insinuate that. Offensive line is priority one after the quarterback. Priority one. But I think tight end is probably a greater need than wide receiver right now. And people don't like to think that. I don't know why everybody minimizes the importance of that position. I don't get it. When I look at the great teams, I look at their tight ends. They always got one. They always got a good one. Look at all the teams. The Chiefs with Kels. The Niners with Kittle. Look at the Patriots. Look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They had two of them, right? I can't remember. What the hell's the name of their tight end? You got, obviously, Gronkowski. But I can't remember his name. But they got another guy. He's great. So it's like when you look at the teams who win, There more times than not, there is a prolific tight end on that team, a safety valve for the quarterback at minimum. You know what I mean? OJ Howard. Thank you. Yeah, I saw that Keyshawn Johnson's daughter died last week too. It's incredible. What is that? I hope that rule of 3 doesn't come in. So guys, sit tight for 1 second. I got to get some water. My throat is I can't do it. All right, so I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I don't know why I have the headphones on. I can't hear any of you guys. I'm used to hearing Matt and Ryan and everybody. Right, Rusty Spooner. Needs tight ends, man. You guys hear me chewing? I'm sorry. I'll stop that. Everyone, take your tote breaks. Right. There you go. Well, thank you. Can we get an RV tour? Yeah, it's sleepy time, but yeah. Hold on. Turn on some more light. All right, that light right now. So here you go. This is my living room in the RV. See? Wait. So you can see, like, that's my couch and shit over there. See? And I got the tables and all that kind of stuff. That's my kids' room in there, and they have a bathroom in there. This is my kitchen. Let me get you some light. Right? It's my kitchen. Not too shabby, right? Not too shabby. And then you got my bedroom back there. My wife's in there sleeping, so I can't go in. But yeah, see, you got my big screen TV over here. You got everything. Residential fridge. You know? Not too bad. Not too shabs. You like it? What do you guys think? David Gerard. I worked for numerous companies, but I was the program director and executive director of a rehabilitation program for mental health substance abuse. Then I went to executive director, and then I took over one called Ocean Breeze. So I ran them both. Then Delphi, we actually created a company named Delphi Behavioral Health, and I was an executive director for them for a number of years. I'm also an interventionist and therapist and all that stuff. But I don't do that anymore. I resigned my executive role 2 years ago, and then I did some intervention stuff, and I traveled around and did some marketing while I was in Virginia, but I lost my job. I was leaving anyway because I was already planning this, but they let me go in March. My severance ended in August, and I have no income, so I don't do anything. I do this. So that's what I'm doing now. That's what I'm doing now. But yeah, so that's what I did, buddy, David Gerard. I still get calls all the time because that's what I did for 15 years. But I don't do it anymore. I'm trying not to work. You know, you always have to figure out a way to make money, but I don't have an income right now. I haven't had an income since August. I mean, like I said, I got let go in March. That's right when right when I left for the road. and I got my last paycheck August 1st. That's what's up. Now I have to, yeah, right. Ultimate Clasher is not bad, right? It's not bad. I mean, it's an RV, so it's limited. But as far as RVs go, I'm real happy with this thing. We had a smaller one when we left. It was 30 feet. And then it was just too tight. We did that for about 6 months, 7 months, 30 feet. And we're like on top of each other. So we looked around and we found this one in Texas, in Houston, Texas. And we pulled the trigger in Houston. Yeah, you're welcome, David. Nice, man, Friggledy. I didn't know that. That's awesome. That's excellent. I'm a big believer, man, in anything that we can do to help the addicted and the mental health, behavioral health people, because there's a solution. That's why. Because if those people get a little help, they can just do it. They get out of it. Like they're looked at as criminals a lot of the time in our society, probably because they're criminals. You know what I mean? Breaking in your house, you don't give a fuck what his problem is. You want him to go to jail. But I just know the other side, and those people, if they get the right help, they can change. It's not like schizophrenia, you know? When schizophrenia, I mean, all you can do is treat it, but they're going to have it. Hey, Armin. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, guys. Hey, Dr. Sloot, I didn't see you here. What's up, buddy? Oh, somebody put a super chat in. Who's that? Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Chrono Kenny. I appreciate it. I wasn't trying to elicit sympathy, but I do appreciate it nonetheless. You know, so thank you, man. That's awesome, and I appreciate you doing that. Somebody showed me, remember last night on the chat of the mock, somebody said they put up a sticker. Devin, the guy Devin, who the fuck do I think I am? I didn't know how to do it. And then later on, I went back to see what was up with it. And it was actually a sticker. So these things, if you want to do the super chat, you could do a sticker and you can make it fun. So I figured it out after the chat was over. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty cool too. I didn't know we could do that. Thank you, Chrono King. J.E., really? He's still recovering? I mean, it's a scary pick, man. When you put a first-round pick on a guy that's injured, that's scary, man. It's scary. Second, you can do. I'll look at you guys. John Heidendahl. Thank you. Here's to you, too. I appreciate that. I do, man. Thank you, John Heidendahl. It reminds me of Heidelberg, right? That's what it feels like to me. But I appreciate that, John. Thank you. Oh, Greg Tarr's in the mix. There's a sticker. Can you guys see the sticker? Now tell me. Can you see it? Let me see if I can. Can you guys see it now? The sticker? Keep it up. Yeah, man. Greg Tarr's been hanging with me since the very beginning. And I appreciate that, Dave. I mean, Dave. I said, Greg, he's been hanging with me since the beginning. Thanks, Dave. Oh, yeah, there it is, because David Gerard. Thank you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, buddy. They need it. We need all the people that in the world that are willing to do that, to do it, man. Now, I'll tell you a funny story. Last year, I was in Virginia, and there was this girl that got referred to me, and she was crying on the phone all the time. And she really wanted help. She said she was ready, and I drove down to Lynchburg, Virginia, about an hour away from where I was. and she wouldn't meet me. Like, she kept stalling. So I'm at this gas station, and I'm waiting for her to take her into treatment. And she just keeps going, I'm sorry, I'll be another 10 minutes. You know how it goes with drugs. You know, they're always delayed and everything else. And she goes, finally she's like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I said, where are you? What's going on? She's like, I'm at this place. I said, give me the address. And I went over there, and it was a crack house, right? So I pull up to this crack house. I call my wife and I tell her where I am, because I don't know what's about to happen. Here's where I am. If I go missing or anything like that, I turn the phone on so she could hear what's going on, and I just leave it there. I get my mace and I get my American steel, and I just put it there. This lady comes out. She's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm here to pick up what's her name. She goes, oh, okay. I'm going to get her for you. And she opens my door, and a fucking 150-pound Rottweiler runs out of the house, jumps right in my car. And I grab my knife, and I was this close to just, because I was terrified. This thing came, jumped all the way in, got me on my, just landed on me. I was pulled out the fucking knife, and the thing started licking my face. And she said, he thinks he's going for a ride. So they had like their protector Rottweiler dog. So it scared the hell out of me. I get her in the car finally. It takes like an hour to get her out of this place. I go in, I get her out, and this crowd, everybody's there. It's a shooting gallery, really. Everybody was kind of doped up. So I pull her out of there, and we go to the airport, and I wait for 3 hours with her at the airport with her for her flight. And so the airport security sees me. I'm like this guy, I got a button-down shirt on, and I got this fucking beard. And there's this 18-year-old girl looking waif-like. She looks disheveled. She's crying. And they make her take her sweatshirt off when she goes through security, and they can see all the track marks and bruises all over her. So they take about a half hour there. We're sitting there, customs, police, security, everybody comes over, and they're like, we got to separate you from this girl. I said, okay. They're like, what are you doing here? Who is this? Blah, blah, blah. I tell them what I'm doing. And then they tell me they had reports. Other people were calling the cops saying, we're watching sex trafficking. We're watching it happen right here at the airport. Somebody's sex trafficking, trafficking this young girl. So after I clear it up, I give them my card, and I'm fine. I could talk my way out of that because I'm legit, right? I'm not lying or anything. So I talk my way out of it, and we get her on the flight and the whole thing. She's still clean too. This is like, I don't know, 2 years ago now. But anyway, I'm just saying that because a lot of people aren't going to do that stuff. You know what I mean? There was a lot of places during that little story that I thought to myself, what am I doing? I got kids. Why am I at this fucking crack house? So it's just like one of those things, man. So if you're doing that, please keep doing it. No, I appreciate you. Like, you're thanked. There are people out there, man, that need it. So good for you, man. John Holton, thank you. Sorry for the long, bloated story. I get caught up sometimes. John Holton, you're the best, man. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Sincerely.